That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that better. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yes, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now.
Good afternoon. How is everybody? Hope everybody is well on this cold, windy, chilly day.
Nice except in the workshop.
Except in here. It's nice and warm in here. So anyway, guys, hope you're all well. Hope everybody is safe. Hope everybody has had a great week. Welcome back to another Sunday Nikki cutting lunchtime veg. So what we're doing today, we are doing a wand. I did have a play yesterday. Had a little bit of advice from Mark and Wayne on Friday night about doing a wand. Never done a wand before yesterday, and actually I quite enjoyed it. It was quite nice doing a bit of spindle work. So I have a piece. I don't know if it's a piece of Iroko or a piece of mahogany. Here, I'll let you guys be the judge. But whatever it is, it does come up really, really nice. It's quite dusty, so that will make me think it's a bit of a Iroko. But I'm going to put it between centres, so we'll do that. So what I'll do is, while I'm getting that between centres, we'll get Nick to welcome everybody in, and we'll say hello.
First on the chat was Mark, the gentleman Woodturner. And good afternoon, or if you're not in the UK, good morning too. Barry's Woodturning, Gerard the French Turner, Wood Wizardry by Colin, Peter Lake, Malcolm Douglas, Lawrence, Mike U Hobby Woodturner. We also have Andy H's for turning. We have Colin Izzard. We have Dr. Bob's on. We have Forking Owls. Chris Dodds. He's in Australia. He's put what's snow.
What's snow?
Sidley 61. Malcolm Douglas, can't remember if I said him now.
Yeah, you did.
Hodgepodge. Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft.
Oh, Wayne and Valerie.
Douglas Mungham.
That's 3 times you said Douglas now.
No, it's not. Douglas Mungham. And mustn't forget Douglas Mungham. Doug Miller. John S. Ruby Clare. Circular Wood by Keith. Everybody indoors away from the cold. Looks like God is sprinkling talcum powder here, not laying as yet. Stay warm all.
Who's that? Who said that?
Circular Wood by Keith.
Oh, Got little flurries, but nothing.
We ain't got nothing.
Little flurries we've had this morning. Well, you won't know. You've been in the house, but.
Wivey Woodshed. Just wait a minute, because I haven't got to the bottom yet. Robert Nye. Oh, it's going a bit quick. Neil Gould. Oh, I've lost it now. Richard RJK Spinningwood. Chris Glanville. Brent Beecroft. Gav Cedar Woodwork. Oh my goodness, Steve Scott. I have to go back up because I've missed loads of people. Steve Fleming. Was that you? Rexby.
It's a wind, love.
Oh, I don't know if I said Terry Bray, TJ Turning. If I've missed anyone, I apologise now. Clive Rogerson.
Did you say Douglas Munham?
I think Douglas Mungham's on as well. I'm trying not to read the chat as I go. That's really hard. Robert Dolman.
It's someone who's nosy.
Dad's on.
Hi, Dad. How you doing?
Who's he on today? Oh, he's actually bunting today.
He's actually on his proper device today.
Yeah. I might have said him, but Rexby, I think I said him, didn't I?
Yeah.
Rather say it twice. And Douglas Mungham. And Karen Dolman's on as well. Welcome to everybody to our Sunday lunchtime live. I should say Steve's really, but hey,
and if we've missed anybody, then we do apologise.
oh,
Chuck your name.
Tommy's workshop.
Hi, Tommy. Chuck your name in the chat if we've missed you, and we'll shout you out. And as always, guys, if there's any questions, please put a Q in front of your question first, so Nick knows what she is shouting out or asking.
Just a minute, I missed one. Douglas Mungham.
Oh, right, okay. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a rough and gouge to rough this to round, and then we will start getting some shape to it. Just before we get too carried away, Mr. Mark, the gentleman woodturner, is only 7 subs away from 700. So spread the word, and let's see if we can get him up to. You all right? Blimey's ever. Yeah, so spread the word, and let's see if we can get up to 700 subs before the end of the live. Oops.
Adam from I Love Woodturning's on.
Hi, Adam.
Oh God.
So I cut this out of a big block, 70. That was looks like a banister, a spindle. I cut this out of a piece what was 90mm by 70.
No, that's an idea.
What?
Look.
90
Spindles.
90mm by 70mm. I split it into 4.
Benjamin's on.
Hi, Ben.
I don't know if I said Barry's Wood Creations. I know I said Barry's Woodturning, but I don't know Wood Creations.
Right, so we've got it round. Oh, God.
At least when I sneeze, I don't do it down the mic.
Coffee went down the wrong way before I started.
Douglas put, good afternoon, the star of the show, Nikki.
As always, as always. So, we've got that down now. The actual overall length is just over 12.5 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a bit of shape to it. Obviously, this is going to be a handle end, and then we'll taper the spindle down. Not too thin, we don't need it too thin, but what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to turn this all down so it's about 3/4 of an inch to give me the rough handle size I want.
Steve.
Yeah.
Keith put, so you had to bring the other half with you.
What, to you?
Yeah. And then Mark said, I take no responsibility for anything Steve does today. Steve Fleming, I don't know if I mentioned him, he's on.
Hi, Steve. So let's see what size we've got. So that's just under 30mm. So we need about 8mm off of it.
Oh, Colin Wizardry looks like he's only 10 away from 200.
Nice. Everybody in the chat, if you're not subscribed to any of the guys in the chat, then go over and subscribe. And if you feel like it, you could subscribe to me as well.
Paul Smith's on, I don't know if I said him.
Yeah, you did say Portsmouth. So another 4mm.
Chris Dodd said he turned a wand yesterday for one of his grandsons.
Oh, really? It's a bit spooky.
That's what he said, spooky.
Like, so I did have a play yesterday because I was a bit unsure how I was going to do it between centres. Right, so that's just under an inch.
Why does it do that? Mark said it's your show, Nikki. It's your show, really, Nikki. That's why I'm not allowed on a Friday.
You can come on any time you like.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to go about there for the handle. So I'm going to be using a 3/8 bowl gouge for a lot of this. So I'm just going to take...
Collins put from Wood Wizardry, hashtag Nikki on the lathe. Nah, not sure it's really my cup of tea. Thank you. He put bless you. That was a nice sneeze. Right, Rex has got a question. How do you handle the heat from the chips flying off? It gets too hot for me, so I have to stop. A glove feels awkward.
to be honest, they're not that hot. I don't... when you're doing resin work, the chips can be hot, but not normally... spindle work like this.
Mark's put the link in for his YouTube channel. I don't know if Colin's got a link for his YouTube. If you could put that in, Mark, that'd be good. Get him up to 200. Wayne Bigfoot's put hashtag tissue for Nikki. Nikki carrot chopping it. No, not yet. I can't be bothered at the minute, Douglas. Oh, he's put the link in. Good old boy. I'm so far behind on the chat. Mike Q, Hobby Woodturner said, will the magic wand be drilled to hold the unicorn feathers?
Mark said that yesterday.
Mark
was on about that yesterday. No, was the answer.
Ben said to Rex, you tend to build up a resistancy to it. Forgotten what it's called, but your skin toughens up. Obviously to the things getting hot.
Yeah, don't get that hot.
Again, if I've missed anybody who's popped over, then welcome to the chat and Steve's Lunchtime Live. Robbo Robson's on.
Hi, Robbo, how you doing, bud? So I'm just going to put a few divots in that, just so we got
Douglas said, question, Steve, where is the face mask?
Face mask.
Mhm.
Trouble is, if I have a face mask, my headset digs in my head. So I have safety glasses on, mate.
It's done it again. Robbo said using a skew tonight, Steve.
No. No, Robbo. I've never used a skew.
Lawrence said, Nikki, take your time, Steve must pay double on Sunday. Oh, Tommy's Workshop, just sitting down to eat a bacon, mushroom, egg and tomato butty.
Oh man, what's going on?
Oh, bacon and mushroom. Oh, can you remember we used to do them in baguettes?
Yeah.
Have warm baguettes and have bacon and mushroom and cheese in it. Oh my God. Andy H said he turned a one. He turned a one for his 3-year-old grandson. He's convinced it's a sword.
Bless him.
Oh, we got someone on from Mountain View Turning.
Oh, the Mountain View, yeah.
We've not had them on here before, have we? Or not on a Sunday, we haven't.
Mountain View. Now, I can't remember whether the gentleman's name is Hugh. Oh, my lathe just cut out.
Oh, you're joking. You need to get that sorted, Steve.
Let's turn it off and leave it for a few seconds and then turn it back on again. Bloomin' heck.
Hodgepodge put, Steve, I hope you don't plan on using magic to make Nikki's Valentine's Day gift show up.
It's magic. Right, let's try again.
Hodgepodge said, if the chips are hot, it may mean your tools are dull.
Yeah, I thought that when he said about it, to be honest. So I've got a little bit of vibration there because obviously we're quite thin between centres, so I'm just going to try and take a little bit off at a time.
You know, I said to Mark, he's put the links on it. I went, good old boy. He went, oi, Nikki, less of the old, lol. Right, Douglas put, Nikki, you should get Steve to peel the potatoes and carrots on the lathe for you, lol.
That may be a little bit messy.
Yeah. He went down right.
Right, so just shape this a little bit better.
Pete Twisted Trees is on.
Hi, Pete.
If I've missed anyone again, good afternoon to you.
Just put a little bit of
Pete put, what is occurring here today? And Terry put a magic wand, Pete. And Ben's put, Pete, Steve is making a wand for Nikki so she can make him vanish when he gets annoying.
Don't know what you're saying, Ben. Right, let's just curve this a little bit.
Mark said, whatever you did to fix the glitch camera, it's worked. That's a really good picture. Your hands do still, arms look a bit red, but we can't have everything, can we?
I put some more of those. Well, I'm not going to say what I did, but I'll not on live anyway. But yes, those ferrite rings. I added some more ferrite rings to different locations, and it seems to have worked.
And you put that light on a separate switch, didn't you?
Yeah, I took my main light over my head.
James Cassidy's on.
Hi, James.
Oh, we've got Cakes McKay. First time to a live event. Great way to spend Sunday lunch.
Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see. I'm just trying to put a little bit of detail in here, just so it makes it a little bit more interesting.
Like your stripy apple.
Yeah, like my stripy apple that you lot moan about.
It's alright, the voice stuck up for you, didn't he? Douglas said, Steve, have you tested the thermal cutout on the lathe?
No, I haven't, to be honest. Might be worth checking though.
Don McKee is on.
Hi, Don. Right, so just clean a lot of this. Actually, I'll use the spindle rough and gouge to take a lot of this down. Don't want to be putting too much pressure on because there's a bit of flex in there now, so just gentle passes.
Adam from I Love Woodturning said, glad it worked, Steve.
Yeah, it seems to be working a lot better. There's nothing worse than, well, I know myself that if I was watching someone's live and they kept having glitches, and that sort of put me off a little bit, so.
Finally caught up.
And I try and get, I try like to have a good viewing experience for people. I'm not saying it's going to be the best in the world, but if we can get rid of glitches and things like that.
Nick Castle's on.
Hi, Mick.
I think I missed him.
I'm just trying to take this down without putting too much stress on the actual piece in the middle here. It's vibrating a little tiny bit, but
Can't believe the oil has doubled in price. It's ridiculous. Door 60's on.
hi, Door. I think I can never remember if Door 6 is it Dave?
No.
Martin?
No, don't keep guessing. You make yourself look Wally.
I am a Wally.
Andy.
Andy.
I don't know why you think it was begin with a D.
Don't know.
Dip.
Right, so. So let's give that a bit of shape now. So I want to try and pivot this off so it's obviously going narrower to the point or the end.
Oh, sorry, I got some questions. Just a minute. Mark said, are you going to use CA as a finish, Steve?
Who said that?
Mark.
No, Mark, I'm not.
Peter said your camera needs to move 2 inches towards the tailstock.
2 inches, a whole 2 inches. Hang on, just for you.
Real inches.
Is that better?
He's a bit picky, isn't he?
He is a bit fussy, isn't he? Typical OT consultant.
Mm. Robert Dolman said, Steve, have you tried putting traps down for the glitches? Douglas said, Steve, things happen out of your control. You do a really great job. Not quite as good as Nikki, though.
I nearly got a compliment then.
Ben said, Steve, wrap your index finger round the back.
Around the back or what?
I don't know. Pete said he'll use the wand to make you vanish. You say things like that, Mark.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down to about there, then I'm going to sort of feather it in a bit more.
Right, listen, Doug Miller said that vibration is why you should work from the tailstock toward the headstock.
Yeah, I didn't think that when I started actually.
Robbo said use your hands as a steady to stop the vibration.
That's alright as long as the chisel don't slip, isn't it?
Ruby Claire said, why not use your skew for that part?
I ain't got one, Ruby, that's why. Right, I think we're not far off there, to be honest. Just put a little bit of a swoop in here. Actually, use a bit smaller spindle gouge should help.
Hodgepodge said apply pressure from the back to counteract the pressure of the tool.
Yeah, I tried that, but I'm not too keen to have my finger the other side of that gouge.
I'm not. Hodgepodge said, although I shouldn't really be telling you, but it says you need to buy one. Simon Hope probably has a nice one, right, Mark? Pete said, Steve, thumb on top of gouge, finger behind workpiece.
What, like that?
And Mark said, Simon Hope does indeed do a nice radius skew.
Right, I don't think I'm going to go much further than that because that is actually. I think I can sand the rest of that out what I want. So I've got the little bit of a lump there, then feathering out to a thinner bit. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that point a little bit more pointed than that, so that when I cut it off, it's a little bit easier.
Pete put, what no skew, Nikki, perfect Valentine's present. You didn't get no presents. Mark said, I'll send you a skew. Steve, I only use it for opening tins of wax. Lol. Wooddude's on. Says, good afternoon, Woodturners. Hope everyone is well and super happy.
Good afternoon.
Ruby Claire said, I guess next time I'm in England, I'll have to help you out with that. Cornish Maid is on. I'm late, sorry.
Hi, Katie.
Don't be sorry.
Welcome to the channel. Just clean these up a little tiny bit.
Has anyone bought a Simon? Lawrence wants to know, has anyone bought a Simon Hope hollowing tool? And if yes, how do you find it?
If you go into the search on his page and type in horror until that'll come up. Or is that not what the finder he means? I'm trying to just get a little bit of detail in there just to make it a little bit more interesting, really, more than anything.
Baz is on.
Hi, Baz. Or should we say bonjour? Right, so I think we are close enough to sand.
So some people have commented about the Simon Hope, so that's a read on there.
Yeah. So he's got his webpage back open as well now, so I'm going to sand this from 100 through to 240, and then we'll Yorkshire grit it. What's wrong with that? So hopefully with the 100 we can get rid of some of that little bit of unshapeliness where it was moving a little bit. That hot chocolate it's got stuck in my blooming throat. I ain't having another one of them.
Mm.
Just looks a little bit of a wide bit there. So don't forget, guys, if you haven't subscribed to anybody who's in the chat, go over and check their channels out and subscribe to them, show them some support.
Mark's put a link in for Hope Woodturning.
Yeah, I'll need that.
You won't. Hodgepodge put, oh no, you need a COVID test. Terry said, is it the dust from the wood doing that?
No, it's not the dust,
Because it's
because
bad for you.
the dust is going down the extraction. It's not the dust. I had an Oreo hot chocolate before I came on, and it's made my throat all grainier for some reason. That's awful.
That's very thin.
That's what she said. Right, so just get a little bit of the detail in there.
Neil Gould put lol Nikki. Oh yes, he will. James Cassidy, he won't. Do you know what? That's funny. How he's got no money until he wants something, and all of a sudden he's got money. Very convenient, isn't it, love?
Do you go without, do you?
Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course you do.
You don't see me ordering a million things from Amazon every week.
For work.
Yeah, right. Baz put right off to push my daughter down a steep hill. Take it means in the snow.
Well, we'd like to think so.
If not, I'm ringing social services, Baz. Childline. Tornado do bras on.
Hi, Daniel. Hope you're
You
well.
put off to the corner, I suppose. Well, late as usual. It's got cold in here. Why is it blowing cold?
It's not blowing cold. She's sitting still.
Would you stop the lathe and hand sand between grits? Cakes McKay asked.
No. No, I don't. I don't. Why would you stop the lathe to sand between grits?
I don't know. She's asking, or he's asking, whoever it is. They're
No,
asking
not
the
normally.
question.
No, I'll just go from one grit to the other and leave the lathe running. To be honest.
Hodgepodge, you don't hardly sell anything. Oh, right. So let's support some of these wood turners. We have Wood Wizardry by Colin, who is 10 subs away from 200. We have Mark the Gentleman Wood Turner, who was 7 subs
Yep.
away from 700. And now Baz has just put on, he's 14 subs away from 300.
Nice.
Come on, guys, get on and sub to these people and support them.
I'm 6 away from
Oh, shut up.
3,400.
No one cares.
2,400.
No one cares about you. You can't boost yourself, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think Hodgepodge put, I don't know whether that's to sand along the grain. I think it means, is that why you would stop the...
Oh yeah, you can do. Yeah, you mean a lot of people, if they're turning some things, they will stop and then go that way, won't they? But don't. I'm not going to because I'm going to Yorkshire grit it. So
Daniel said I only do that, sand along the grain for pens.
yeah, I think a lot of people do. So
Oh my god, all these poor people. Right. Daniel, Tournage Dubois, 10 subs away from 400.
oh come on, we need to get these guys up there. Milestones.
No, Pete, sorry, I haven't got any advice on... Oh, butternut squash instead of roast potatoes. Probably just cube them. I don't know, I've only used butternut squash for soup. I've never had them as roast before. If you'd have said sweet potatoes, but I probably wouldn't put them in oil though. I don't know if you have any, like, I use a spray oil that you can get out of Tesco's, or any shop probably, and I would spray that with that. I use that for my roast potatoes because I try and eat a bit healthier, but Steve likes his done in fat, so...
Proper way.
I've never had roasted butternut squash. That's something interesting. I can't cut it. I'd have to have pre-prepared stuff for that. Douglas said, are you going to put burn lines in the handle?
I was going to, yes.
Mark put, you can tell Steve doesn't turn many pens. Stop and sand with the grain to get rid of the radial sanding lines. Yay, I love Woodturn Adam. He's just hit 100 subs. Thanks for your support. Well
done,
done,
Adam. Well done. Don't forget to get your custom URL now, mate.
Right, let's have a look. We've got all these saying, right, I've just, all right, well done to Adam. Don McKee's 1 away from 167. Hodgepodge, but I'm a little less than 350 subs away from 1,000. There's not 350 people on here, I'm afraid. Mark's putting the links in for these. Thanks, Mark. He's just put Tournage Dubois in. Pete's 20 away from 300. So if you can put a link in for Pete's as well. And Barry's Wood Creations, he's 18 from 150. Mark Pritchard's on.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, sorry to hear that. He says he's been here from the start, but he's on strong painkillers.
Oh, mate.
So focus isn't very good.
Hope you feeling better soon.
Neil Gould's on 264, so let's see if we can give him a bit of a boost today as well. Circular Wood by Keith, he's 95 away from 300. Oh, Katie said butternut treat like pumpkin. I've never had pumpkin either. Would that take long to... Sorry, just we're talking about food. Wait a minute. Would it take long to roast butternut squash? I wouldn't have thought... I'm going to do it. It's quite hard. And would you boil it first like you do roast potatoes?
I don't know what you're asking me for.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking the chat. Oh, Mark, you are a good old boy, aren't you? He's put the link in for Barry's Wood Creations. And he's put the link in for Circular Wood by Keith.
Right.
Pete's put got to be proper fat. Oh no. Yeah, I've seen the spaghetti butternut squash. That looks quite nice. Mark's just put hi everyone. Mark Pritchard can't keep up with the chat. Like, just go a bit mad. Yeah, Chris Dodds. A lot of people use goose fat. That's never appealed to me really. Your nan used to use lard, didn't you, mate?
Yep.
For a long time. Oh, and the smell. Oh God. So Hodgepodge wants to know, what sort of enchantment will you be invoking in this wand?
Well, I invoke. I hope it don't snap before I finish it.
Robbo's off. He's said good night.
See you, Robbo. Have a good night, mate. Yeah, stupid o'clock in the morning for them over there, isn't it?
Gerard said, can't do any more. I'm subbed to all your channels. Unfortunately, cannot sub twice.
Well, you can if you have a second channel.
Adam has a premiere later on today. So if you've got a link from that, then Mike, you put on one away from zero.
It's a good soak in sand and sea, that.
Pete said, Steve, I think Simon Hope has a tool for peeling butternut squash. Looks like a skew. Doug said it took 10 days for YouTube to recognise him hitting 100.
Really?
Mark's put a link in for Hodgepodge as well.
Mark's busy this morning. Or today, shall we say.
Wait a minute. Right, so he's done Terry Bray's on 229. Oh, that's not nice.
What?
Mark said the painkiller goes. Mark Pritchard, the painkiller goes where the sun don't shine. Lol. Oh, thank you, Cornish maid. Mark's put a link in for Neil Gould. Benjamin says, I just buy Aunt Bessie's for everything. She even does parsnips. Douglas said, I am one away from 2,000 billion. Any chance, lol.
Right, so sand and sealed. Looks quite nice, actually, now sand and sealed.
Yeah, you do, Mark. He said, Nikki, I really need to show you how to do the links. I don't need to do it when I've got you. He said, I'm getting paid by the link today.
Right. Let's get some Yorkshire grit on that.
Beef dripping.
So I'm going to use the original, and then I'm going to use the microfiber. Actually, before
That sounds good, James.
Before I do that, I'm going to put some burn marks in there, I think. Because if I put the Yorkshire grit in there, I don't think that's going to burn very well.
Brent said you need a Welsh druid to invoke the wand's powers. Mark's put a good spell would be Wificus Silencia. I don't know what that means.
I don't think that'll mark now of sand and sealed either. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Terry, that sounds good. I do love butternut squash soup, I must say. Nikki parboil, then finish in the oven with some butter and sugar. Oh, to glaze the best way in a pan covered with water. And turn them down. Yeah, what Barry said.
And what did Barry say?
I can't tell you, because you don't like me saying it. Quiz put where the sun doesn't shine is Scotland. Benjamin put Gerard's a chef though.
Right, so do we put a little bit in
Douglas
there?
put question, where's Glyn? Lol. He's probably hanging. Benjamin put he can probably make jam on toast taste amazing. Oh Mark, shut up. I suppose doing these links gives me a purpose in life. Lord knows I'm no good at anything else.
You've been told, Mark. Right, so
Kate
burn marks.
McKay said, what are you using to do the burn?
It's the finest of materials. It's a McDonald's stir and stick.
Mark, no, not Mark. Hodgepodge put, I think that is a popsicle stick.
Yeah, it's a McDonald's coffee stir and stick. And I'm getting low, so I need to. McDonald's needs to sort of. We need to
What are
have
you
this.
burning with?
I just said.
No, I think she means how do you do it?
Oh, it's just friction. What you're doing is you're just pushing the. You can use Formica, the Formica coating you get. So all you're basically doing is you're pushing against the material to generate heat between the two on friction, and then that's what gives you your burn marks.
That's funny. Daniel just put that in. I know a lot of people burn with a piece of Formica.
All right. So I'm using
Oh,
Yorkshire
Gerard's
grit.
been a chef since 1974. It's the
Yeah.
year I was born. It's the best year ever.
So like I was saying, I'm using Yorkshire grit original to sand
Come
this
on.
up to
Why is he not
1,000,
appearing when you say Yorkshire grit?
and then
Just say
we'll
it 3 times and click your heels.
we'll go over it with the microphone because I want a nice smooth finish. So the
Okay.
microphone, yeah, the microphone will take us up to a 2,000 plus grit.
Douglas said Steve looks really good.
Thank you, Douglas.
Wayne put, is this a funeral repair wand? Pete put, my burning wire attached to 2 pencil stubs is looking a bit old fashioned. Need to get some Formica. I thought you had to use something special to burn. I didn't realise that.
No. At the end of the day, as long as you're generating heat through friction, that's all you need.
I wouldn't know. Don't move it quick enough.
So we're going to work in the Yorkshire grit. Give it plenty of chance to do what it's got to do.
Can we have takeaway for tea?
Yeah, if you're paying for it.
Bought one in the week. It's your turn.
No, you cook, Buff.
Right, you cook.
Yeah, alright.
You're supposed to cook on a Saturday and you don't. Hodgepodge put, with 3 children that play string instruments, I can get plenty of varieties of string diameters to burn with.
Yeah, I've seen people do use wire. Well, you can actually buy the proper tools with wire, can't you?
I've done this, I ain't got nothing to put them in. Ruby said she uses the wire too. Brent says used guitar strings works well. James said I burn with copper wire, place it in a groove and apply a little pressure. Wayne Bigfoot said he uses guitar strings. Daniel Tornage said I use a blowtorch. Colin said Formica's safer than wire.
Mind you, if you've got wire's safe as long as you don't hold the wire by your hand. You put it on blocks of wood on each end and wrap it around. You don't actually hold it by your hand.
Cornish Maid said always wanted to do pyrography.
Pyrography.
That's the one. On my partner Chris's bowls, but too scared I'd mess his lovely bowls up. Lol.
That'd be painful.
Gerard said he wants to do swaps. You share your wood turner secret and he'll share his culinary experience. Neil Gould said Easy Tools wants £38 for a Burnham wire set.
Yeah, they do. They're not cheap. I think it's because they got Carl Jacobson written on them, haven't they?
Mm. Andy H. For micro allows you to burn a groove in a flat surface. Can't be done with wire. That's exactly what Hodge just said. Comes with Carl Jacobson's autograph on the handle.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
Adam said putting wire on a lathe seems like an easy way to lose a fingertip.
No, if you wrap it around 2 pieces of wood first, Adam. So you're like got between your 2 fingers, you've got a block of wood there with the wire coming through. Obviously, wrap around the pieces of wood, and you're only laying it on. You're not wrapping it around. You're only just laying it on. So obviously, you don't bring it right around like that. You're just laying it on, so it just gently pushes against the timber. Obviously, you don't need to apply loads of pressure on it either. Right, so that's the original. And as you can see, we've got a nice shine on there already.
Give yourself a shiny.
So we'll bring out the microfine. Same principle with the microfine as the original.
Well, I ain't cutting them up because I'm going to have to put them in. Because you hurried me out of the house.
Yeah, right. No such word in your vocabulary. Hurry. Right, so.
Chris Granville said he's just bought the easy wood wire burners from Yandles.
Yeah, Yandles had a sale on. I don't know if they're in the sale.
Mark, how's that subs going? What are you up to? Oh, he's 6 away.
Ooh.
You must have everyone on here sub to you, Mark. Just put your link in again. Who else was we looking for?
Everybody, weren't you? So we just work this in. You can see the way it's obviously cutting because the dirt's coming, the fibres or the wood is going into the tissue, so we can test sanding.
I take it when Mark puts them links in, I can go in from there, can I?
You can just click on them, yeah.
Will I
If you
lose
click on the
everything
link
I've
in the
got?
chat, that'll take you to the channel.
I've lost you then. Then I can subscribe.
Oh, your wishes come true. Right, let's just buff that off. We're looking for the tissue to come clean. Once that tissue comes clean, we know we've got all the excess wax off. Just get a clean bit. Alright, so there we go. So that's now sanded up to around about 2000 grit. So it's nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it a coat of Chestnut Products friction polish just to give it a nice shine. Take care, Mark.
Sorry, I was just going on some of these things.
So we're just going to give this a coat of friction polish, and this should give us a nice.
Ooh, Mark's put expect big things happening on my channel soon.
Yeah, he's getting a new pole.
Take care, Mark Pritchard. Chris Glanville said the handles is $34.99.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this 2 or 3 coats of this so we get a nice shine on it. Because with the friction polish, if you put several layers over the top, you can get a deeper shine.
Is there a link for Adam's premiere? Is there any chance you can have a look, Mark?
Poor old boy comes in here for a nice relaxing afternoon, watching her live.
Daniel's got one as well, Tony's Dubois, 6:30. Douglas put Mark, big things happens on your channel all the time. And Hodgepodge, he's got a premiere at 6.
Yeah, most of my premieres on a Sunday.
Dies on.
Hi, Di.
You're so funny, Mark.
What's he put?
Link for Adam's premiere. He's just typed it in, not just linking. Can you explain the grit to Cakes McKay?
Right, so 2 different types of grit. It's a sanding paste, it's not a finish. So it's an abrasive sanding paste. So let's bring it onto a different camera so you can see a bit better. So this is the original Yorkshire grit. This is, like I say, it's an abrasive sanding paste. It's not a finish. The ingredients I will read the ingredients. Mineral oil, lemon oil, beeswax, rotten stone, and pumice. So that's what's inside it. So with Yorkshire Grit Original, you turn your piece, you sand it to what you want, sand up to about 240 grit, then sand and seal it, then apply Yorkshire Grit, sand it up to, should take it to around about 1,000 grit. So you just basically put it on your tissue, rub it into your piece, gently work it, no major pressure, just gently work it over the piece. That will abrasively cut. As you can see here, it will sand the wood, but without the dust, so all the particles of wood are kept into the grit. And as the grit works, it breaks down to give you a finer grit up to about 1,000 grit. So then, if you want to go further on wood, on hardwoods, you can use the Yorkshire Grit Microfine. Now, you do this exactly the same principle as you did the Yorkshire Grit. Obviously, as soon as you don't need to sand again, it's just going straight over the original grit, and then apply it the same way. So you're spreading a little bit on your piece, then gently work it in with the machine rotating. Start from about 500 RPM, then gradually build up the speed. And this will take it to around about 2,000 grit. And like the benefits of this is there's no dust when you're turning. So then you can apply your finish straight over the top. I hope that helps. Are you watching the chat or?
No, sorry.
Right, so.
Why? What's happened?
Well, I'm just wondering what's going on. Right, so that's the second coat of that. So I think we'll put one more coat over it. And then we'll call it enough. So like I say, with the friction polish, you can use this like you do the wax. The more coats you put on, the deeper the shine you can get. Right, so Just get that bit of a buff.
Cake said, thank you. I seem to struggle to get that quality finish.
So you can't rush it, Kate. You've got to take your time. When you do,
Cakes.
oh, Kate, sorry. When you put the Yorkshire grit on, don't apply. Let the grit do the cut, and you don't need to apply pressure. You do need to sand and seal first, because if not, the beeswax inside the grit will soak into the timber, and it won't work as well. So you do need to sand and seal it first. But like I say, you got to be letting it cut for 2 or 3 minutes to get the proper finish out of it.
Adam, I love Woodturning's got to go.
See, Adam, thanks for coming over.
Douglas got a question. Steve, microcrystalline wax finish? Question mark.
No, I'm going to leave it at friction polish. I'm not putting anything else over the top of
It
it.
looks nicer than the one you done yesterday, definitely. I know you only done the other one as a trial. That does look good. Just be careful.
Careful, what for?
James Cassidy said, talking of roast earlier, I've been summoned by a higher authority to get on with dinner, so I have to go. Bye all, cheers.
See you later, mate.
So you should.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this through there and through there, and then I'm going to finish it with...
Right, so listen. Cornish maid is Chris Glanville's other half, and she said she bought him the best present, 6 massive rolls of paper towels. Lol, I was more excited to give him that than his other presents.
So this should now come out and just snap off. Is that one? That one. So get this one out of the way before I run my elbow on it. So I'm going to knock this centre out. Put the chuck in there.
So Mark's put some links in for the premieres that are going on. So
He's a good boy, isn't he? He's
don't
a good
forget
man.
sub to the other channels. Get their subs up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to sand the ends of this wand, obviously to get rid of these bits.
Uh-oh.
What?
I've done something I don't know what I've done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What have I done? Oh no, the wand's vanished. The wand's vanished.
You're an idiot.
Magically disappeared.
Puff,
Steve Scott says looks great. Steve. Kate said, do you do similar every Sunday around this time? I've enjoyed. Many thanks. Yes, Steve does every Sunday at 1 o'clock. He also does a Friday night at what time?
The same time every week, babe.
Yeah, what time?
What time is it,
8
babe?
o'clock, innit?
No,
Quarter to.
7:45.
At 7:45. But he does some turning. They also do a oh God, what's it called?
See, this is when your partner takes interest in what you actually do. This is how it works.
A quiz. Battle of the Makers, that's it. That's what I was looking for. And he also tries once a month to have a guest earworm on as well. So he's got a few lined up for the next few months. So yeah, like I say, Mark's also put links in for other people. There's quite a few people do different lives, isn't there? Different times.
Yeah.
Throughout the week. So
there's a live on every night of the week, 8 o'clock. Some people start a little bit earlier. Some people start a little bit later. But most lives on around about 8 o'clock in the week. And then there's also, if you're available, lunchtime lives on every day of the week, other than Saturdays and Sundays. Well, no, Saturdays, sorry. at 1 o'clock as well. So there are plenty to watch.
Mark's put a little quizzy thing where I tried not to get too drunk.
Yeah.
Robert's put Nikki's more interested in vegetables.
Yes, we have the next Battle of the Makers next Friday night. We'll see if the Wood Warriors can pull it back. At the moment, it's 2-1 to the Gold Hunters. So we'll see if the Wood Warriors can pull it back. Nick's doing the questions because everybody moans if I do them. So Nick's doing the questions.
Quite easy. 1 add 1.
There's 6.
What's the prime colours? How many sides has a square got? Pete's put Mark, you haven't done very well at that staying sober thing. What, next week? Is that next week's link for the Battle of the Makers, Mark? Or, I don't know. I don't know what he's put on. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the following week, is it the 19th, the following Sunday, the following Friday? Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah.
The following Friday, we have our special guest there for the month on, who is Mark from Shop Dog.
I thought you weren't telling people.
Oh no, I'll get people in taste buds, get the old taste buds tingling. So Mark's coming over to chat about some of the cool resin projects he does.
Cookery questions. Yeah. Yeah, I think Steve will want you to do that. He's put, do you want him to do the chat questions again?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Keep the chat guessing.
Pete said, Nikki, are insects vegetable or mineral next week? And Mike put, to cakes, not only are the lives worth watching, but there's also the great banter on the chat.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buff this out with a bit of Yorkshire grit. So just put a little bit on there, just to try and bring it up to the same sort of shine as what we've got on the other bits. So I'm just using a little buffing pad, a little DA air sander buffing pad for this.
All these men going off, and look, Andy H% have to go to do the veg. Why? I'm missing something here, really am.
Well, I can't do veg because I'm here doing this.
Mark put, remember folks, I'm open to bribes along. Steve Scott's put, yes, I can cook better than I can turn long.
So can I.
Cornish maid said, lovely one, Steve, I've got to go. See everyone soon. You can't cook.
I can cook.
You don't, no. Why?
There's a difference between can and wanting to.
Hodgepodge put, have to go soon so I can rub the wife's feet.
Creep.
Would review by Colin, he's put a bottle of vodka on its way to you, Mark, too. Andy put, you don't eat if you don't cook.
Right, so that's the Mike, that's the original. A little bit of microphone. Keep me up, love.
Oh, God.
Careful, that monitor's not fixed to the wall.
Mark's put, no vodka will be harmed in the production of next week's Battle of the Makers. They're starting a bid and bribe, so Wivey's put, bid and starts at 1 bottle of vodka for Mark. Cakes McKay said, can they ask where did they get the buffing pad from, please?
Yeah, they came from eBay, I believe. I bought a pack. I think
Is it that packet that's out here?
Yeah, just bring it to me.
As long as I don't get on camera. Ain't got nothing on it.
No, it's from eBay. You get five different strengths. So you get soft, medium, and they go firmer. So you get real hard ones. If you just put in 50mm detail sanding pads, they should come up. Not sanding pads, polishing pads. Sorry. They should come up because they're just for air DA sanders or DA sanders. So that's that. That's the Yorkshire grit.
Oh, I've got really cold now.
It's a lot hot air you keep letting out when you yawn.
Mm-mm.
So what I'm just going to do is get a bit of tissue. We'll just put a little bit of
Can you not put the
friction.
link in for those pads or not?
Let me just do this and
You
I'll
see if you can find it.
I'll see if I can find them. So I'm just putting a little bit of friction polish
You'd
over
have to
the end
show
of
me
this.
how to do it, and then I'll be able to look for it, wouldn't I?
So just give that a little bit of a polish up. Hopefully that'll give that so it won't look too dull. Same on the end there.
Kate said thank you.
So there we go. There's my magic wand. Piff paff puff. Right, so let's see. Let me put this on a. Let me get rid of this. I'll put this on a. On here somewhere if I can find a bit of wood to stand on.
No wood here.
On an overhead, so you guys can have a quick glance at that. While I try and find a link for.
Do you want a flat piece of wood instead?
No, that'll be alright. So 50mm polishing. So let's see if we can find. There we go.
Don McKee said very nice, Steve.
Thank you very much, Don. So I'll just stick this link into the chat. Not saying this is the one, but this is like the ones I bought.
Oh, Mark's put a link in. Steve Scott said we're all mad, and that's great.
So something like that. They're the similar ones to the ones I bought.
How come you come up fun? You come up ever so like yellow on there.
Yeah,
The
'cause
ones Mark put on are 35 quid. The ones you put on were like 8 quid.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Mark's wealthy.
Uh,
Yeah, my magic wand.
You can read the chat because a lot of people just like said all good, and
Thank you very much.
Chris does put make everyone disappear.
Yeah.
He's put Mark put too slow, old man. Yeah, but yours was more expensive, Mark. Steve's was like loads cheaper.
Yeah, I don't spend that for stuff unless I have to. So, like I say, finish. Oh, got a bit of mark on it. No, it's dust. So, overall finished length is around about 12 inches, 300mm. And we've gone from, what's the handle? The handle is around about 3/4 of an inch. And the narrowest part is about 1/8. So, yeah. So, like I say, second wand I've turned. I was going to do a bit more fancy. I was going to put a bit of colour in it, and this how I thought the wood's a bit dark for that. And to be honest, we've enhanced the actual natural grain of the wood, which looks really nice. So, I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased. Oops, turn it so you guys can see it now. So, I hope you've enjoyed. So, what's the chat say? Thanks, Steve. Great chat. Right live. Thank you. Thank you. So, thank you, everybody.
That's my Lawrence has said I can use that as a stick to point to you on the whiteboard in the house what you need, your jobs you need to do.
Yeah. It's not long enough. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming over, or guys, shall I say? Not ladies and gentlemen. Let's not be too precise. So, yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed. Like I say, it's just something for a bit of a difference. Getting away from the bowls all the time, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go back to the bowls because I'm running out of ideas. But
Read your book.
Read my book. Yeah, but that's just shapes. It's nothing to do with styles or whatever.
Douglas
So
said he's got snow blizzard there.
really,
Mm.
oh man.
Keith put, cheers, Nikki, for letting Steve play.
So there we go. Just a quick glance here. So just that nice little, just that little bit there makes it totally different than just a standard straight one. Just a little bit of detail. I like it. I like it. I like the wood as well.
It's very
It's
good.
it's a nice piece of wood. So
Right, I'm off because I've got things to do. I really enjoy this. And
coffee to make in.
thank you very much, everybody. And be on chat again next week. Take care. Bye.
Sacked.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing, darling. I love you.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing, darling. I said you're sacked. Anyway, guys, there we go. Thank you very much for coming over.
Hate you.
Just go. Right, guys. So thanks for coming over. So don't forget later on today we have all these lives that Mark's put into the chat. Make sure you go over and show your support. I'll most probably see you in some of their chats. I may just be listening in the background because I've got to clear all this mess up. So have a good day. So anyway, guys, tomorrow we have, no, later on tonight, all these lives. We have Wayne the Woodturn tonight at 8:30. Then we have Makers International at 10 o'clock. Or is it 9:30? 10 o'clock, I believe. Then we have JP Woodworks, or Woodwork, sorry, at 11. And then Caitlin the Cat at 11:30. Or is it 11:40? No, 11:30, I believe it is. So anyway, guys, then we're back to Wayne tomorrow dinner time, and then Mark tomorrow night for his Monday Night Live, which I will most probably see you guys there. So have a great day. Speak to you soon. Thanks for coming over, and I'll see you on the next one, the Battle of the Makers, next Friday night at 7:45. There will be myself, Mark the Giant Woodturner, Wayne the Woodturner, Huey Lionheart, Joe Senior, and Lewis Golden from Klondike Craftsman. So we'll see you guys then. Have a great week. Speak to you soon. Take care, and bye for now. Bye.
That's all, folks.